Nah, I'm not discrediting
You
you.
gonna tell? Wait, so you gonna tell Dirt? You gonna tell Bone? You gonna tell all them niggas, thoroughbred niggas in the city that I would send some fake shit to you, cuzzo?
Who the fuck is them niggas? Who?
Some thoroughbred niggas in the city of Baltimore and DC. Two reputable niggas.
Hey, well, I personally don't know them guys. I don't know why
So
you
we don't
bring
fuck.
other people in it.
What? So we ain't representing the streets. We ain't no street. I mean, we ain't got nothing to do with thoroughbred.
What's going on, you guys? So, I had to get my thoughts together real quick, man, because I'm pretty disappointed in the recent news. You guys probably a lot of you guys probably heard about it. I'm just getting my thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? I felt that this fight was going to happen between DAZN Haney and Gary Russell. It's funny. One of my OGs that I work with, boxing guy, pointed out something in Gary Russell's last video that I didn't even notice. You know, he said, "If I win." I didn't really pay no attention to that when he said it. He said, "Oh, he don't want to fight." I'm like, "What? Nah, I think Gary for real. We just gotta let them get the little particulars out in negotiations." Sure enough, he was right. Gary Russell turned down the fight. Now, the reason why he turned down the fight, the red flag was that pretty much DAZN or Matchroom pretty much hasn't approved the fight yet. But you got reports that Eddie Hearn sent out to some people, myself included, that the fight, they're looking for November 7th, either Gamboa or Gary Russell Jr. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like Eddie Hearn is on board with this. Bill Haney came out pretty upset in his video and pretty much said it was a term sheet. It was a term sheet of everything you asked for, everything you wanted. You know, why would I give them something and you ain't even approve of it yet? You ain't even signed it yet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even down with it yet. That's what Bill Haney was coming from. You know what I'm saying? So they gave him a term sheet just to see, go over, this is what we're going to be sending you for the contract, basically. And then once once everything is a go, we go send you the official contract, you sign it, then bam, we got a show. That's pretty much how I see it. I see it as Gary Russell could have just be like, he could have called Bill up on some like grown man shit and be like, "Look, man, everything looks right. You know what I'm saying? Everything looks good except right here. How come DAZN and them ain't on it yet? Oh, well, blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, I got you. Well, we could get that squared away then. Make sure, just confirm to me that they approve of this fight. And then we got to, boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. Then we got the fight. But nah, Gary Russell turned it down and just kind of backed off. Now I'm hearing that he got Lee Shelby as his next opponent. At, I believe lightweight, Lee Shelby. So, was this a clout chase by Gary Russell Jr.? Was he capping? It looks to me like he was capping, man. It looks to me like, in the grand scheme of things, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of dudes ain't trying to hit that, especially a lot of dudes from the DMV. They ain't trying to hit that, but if Gary really wanted to fight DAZN, he'll really pursue this fight. He'll pursue this fight because now he's in a situation where he almost had to take the fight. Everybody was watching. The streets was watching. The DMV was watching. Oakland was watching. Everybody was watching. I'm in the Midwest, so I have no allegiance. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy in the middle looking at both sides. You know what I'm saying? So but I see it as if Gary really wanted to fight DAZN, and if he was already in this deep, all he had to do was call Bill on some grown shit and be like, "Hey, what's going on with the fight? Everything looks good except for this right here. Like, could we talk about this? Could we, I just need to get this, straightened out." Then we could have went on with the fight, but it seemed like I don't know. Something may change, within the next 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, man, it looked like Gary was capping. It looked like he was ducking DAZN Haney, man. And I was very hopeful this fight was happening. I was excited that it was going to happen. I was almost certain that it was going to happen. But I should have paid attention deeper into Gary Russell's words and his demeanor, his tone when he was saying those things in these videos. Because he ain't for real. He got some buzz behind his name though. But I don't, unless something changed, you know what I'm saying? This fight likely ain't gonna happen. We probably gonna see DAZN Haney in there with Gamboa and Gary Russell Jr. Probably gonna be fighting Lee Shelby or somebody like that. And that's just gonna be what it is, man. This was a great fight for boxing. It was the East Coast versus the West Coast. I mean, it was a tight little fight. It wasn't nothing on a global scale, like Bill said. It ain't no global fight. You know what I'm saying? But it was a fight for the, you know what I'm saying? For the streets and shit. But now it ain't gonna happen because one little red flag. A lot of guys probably ain't gonna, give it to you like this. But I mean, to me, it looks like Gary Russell didn't want the fight. Because if it was something, to me, it seemed like something that you could have just simply called Bill up and be like, hey, instead of coming out on air, you know what I'm saying? You see the video that Fight Hype put out, more dislikes than likes. You know what I'm saying? You go to Bill's video, his follow-up to Gary's video, whole bunch of likes. Because, I mean, where Bill was coming from made a little bit more sense. Seemed like they really want the fight. It seemed like Bill is upset that Gary's pulling out of the fight, pulling out of negotiations, just don't want the, he seemed like he's upset about it. Because really, let's just look at it like this, people. Despite what people might say about Bill Haney, he's going to do what's best for his son. And right now, they're in a position to where they out to prove something. They got to go out and prove that Devin Haney is what a lot of people think he is. That's what they trying to do. And Gary Russell was the perfect guy for that. However, now, Gary Russell seems to have gotten cold feet. It's unfortunate, man, but this is boxing. Us boxing fans always got to keep in the back of our mind that some shit like this may happen. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these big fights, a lot of these compelling fights, a lot of these interesting fights that we will be interested in as fans likely won't happen. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.